Wait there just a minute, buddy. Rewind the
Hi guys, Happy New Year almost. I think it's New Year's Eve, Eve,
Yeah.
Eve.
No. Eve.
Yes, yes, New Year's Eve, Eve. And we are here. So this is our final episode of 2021, and it's also our final episode for a while because, as you know, we take a little break. I say this like we've done it loads. We've done it once, but we enjoyed it last year, so we're going to do it again. We're taking January and some of February off because we need it.
6 weeks holiday.
Woohoo! Got any plans?
Binge watch Bridgerton. I can't wait. I'm absolutely gagging for it.
They released the release date.
When is it?
Don't say. If you say March.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, because of COVID. I'll let it go. Because of COVID, I'll let it go. I'm a bit annoyed. I don't want to watch that in the spring or the summer. That is
why is it because of COVID?
I'm guessing it took longer to shoot.
Yeah, but they've been making movies and shows during COVID times anyway, so I'm not.
Everything got delayed. No, everything got delayed.
Okay, wait. Sorry, this is important. This immediately takes us off track of what our schedule was supposed to be.
Wait.
March the 25th.
That's so late. That's not okay because I know they have us. I also feel like Netflix have tried to schedule it because with their other shows because they know it's such a big show.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's bullshit. Obviously, when I thought we were going to come back and have watched it, and that's the first episode we'll do.
Exactly.
I was looking forward to it.
Well, never mind. That'll be our April episode.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so where were we? Yeah, what we were doing in our break. I'm going to be working. Before we get really stuck into this episode, I think that we just need to address some of the things that we were saying last week. Basically,
we disagree with
unpopular opinions. We were saying all sorts of crazy shit that we don't even agree with, and
only one thing. I think the rest of it was just funny, except for the cream, the clotted cream, and I don't think I feel that strongly about it. When I was listening to it, I could imagine myself putting the jam on if I had a spoon. Because I remembered, I think I was like, I'm pretty sure I actually have eaten a scone like that. And I also think I say scone and I'm getting really confused. But that's irrelevant. Sorry, animals.
Well, we kicked off the episode with the opinion piece. You can't really love animals if you eat them. Was that the quote? And obviously, like I mentioned last week, this is a very highly nuanced topic, and we were treating it really just kind of
blasé and black and white,
and
nothing is black and white in life.
And also just not even thinking about how, love as well is a many faceted thing, and just because you love something doesn't mean you actually are always going to do the right thing or treat something in the right way. Like, just because even if you don't eat animals, then maybe you do some other things that are actually hugely damaging to animals.
Shout out to all the capitalist racist vegans. There's loads of them.
Yeah. So
shout out, but whatever. Weird thing to say.
Okay.
Shout out to you guys.
But actually, shout down.
Shout down to you from my high
down, yeah. Tower in the sky. So I guess what we're trying to say is, you can absolutely love animals and still eat them. I think that's also. It's a societal thing, and it's the way we view animals. So I was saying to Ruth as well, we often treat people terribly, but you wouldn't necessarily say you're inherently hate people.
Yeah, and I feel like I was ignoring my own feelings because I feel guilty because I do eat meat. But I do have a lot of love for the animals. And I prepare meat as well. So, like, it's not always, especially for me, it's birds. I feel less bad with other animals. But, like, even little things like this year, I couldn't do the pigs in blankets because I just find I love bacon. Oh my god, I don't eat it that much, but I love bacon so much. Sausages, I can take it or leave them because fake meat sausages are generally quite nice, but wrapping the sausage, I don't know, like it's like you're wrapping. Sorry to put you off your food, guys. You're wrapping.
We assume you're eating a pig and blanket right now.
The pig's flesh has been ground, stuffed into a casing, and now you're wrapping it in its own body lining of muscle. It's just kind of dark. So I made my brother do that because he loves pigs and blankets. And you can't buy the pre-wrapped pigs and blankets because they'll charge you twice as much. Honestly, you're better off. And this is my general advice. Yeah, they do. And it's the same with, don't buy the prepared potatoes at Christmas. I get it on a Sunday when you're tired or whatever, but don't do it at Christmas because they want the premiums they put on those things. I got 3 bags of potatoes and a jar of goose fat for the same amount of money as a tiny tray of potatoes. And it's just like, what's the point? Just make your potatoes.
Going back to that pigs and blanket thing, it just really reminded me of growing up. Like we ate meat when we grew up, and our dad was really funny about things, and like, I mean, heavily influenced by the Bible. Shout out to that book. So even though he loves steak, and we would. I wouldn't say we would eat it often when I was growing up, but sometimes we'd have it. But he was really particular about not having any cream-based sauce or dairy-based sauce with any kind of beef, because of in the Bible it says that you should never cook a kid in its mother's milk, and it's just so just like, but we're still going to eat the baby then, and then eat the cheese separately.
No, but I get it. I don't know. It's like on a psychological level. As far as the Bible goes, I don't know why it says that. But on a psychological level, it's just like, there's only so much I can take. I can eat meat. Don't get me wrong. I can eat meat. But like, give me a fucking break, man. My brain is just like, come on.
We're getting, again, sucked into another... discussion about me, and that's not our intention. Really was, we say a lot of wild things on this podcast, and half of them we don't. We have to walk them back because we often will, probably more often than not, just run our mouths without even thinking of something. And it's when we listen back to it, actually, to be honest, it's even before we listen back to it, when we're lying in bed afterwards thinking, oh no.
I've already said to me in this podcast episode, right, as soon as I said it, I was like, I don't agree, but whatever, let's keep it moving.
We'll apologize for that in February.
Oh my God, sorry, quick, another walk back. My Where is the Love take, where I was saying that like humans don't lack love. Like, I don't know why I was saying that. I think what I was really trying to get at was, I can't be fucked. It's the end of the years, guys. I don't have it. I don't know what it is, but I haven't got it. So, yeah, humans can be the fucking worst.
Yeah, terrible, callous beings.
And intentionally cunty too. I know we all accidentally are terrible, but there's a lot of intentional terribleness too. And I should fucking know. Anywho.
So that was our Christmas episode, but how was your actual Christmas?
Guys, have to get into Christmas. Okay. I wasn't feeling festive until Christmas Day. I mean, Christmas Eve, we did the shop because that's how we are. First thing in the morning, lastminute.com, knew the shelves would still have stuff because, COVID. And honestly, like, I've made Christmas dinner a fair few times, but this year, cooking the Christmas dinner. Also, it made me think about, you asked me my favourite Christmas song. I do have a favourite Christmas song. It's that
Christmas song.
Yeah, it's the Christmas song by Nat King Cole. No, I said Love by Nat King Cole because I was.
Oh, you did, but then I think that I feel like I knew what you meant.
I know, but Love is like, okay, so in the run up to Christmas, I don't listen to Christmas songs ever.
Yeah.
So I'll have like songs that are like old school songs that just remind me of the vibe that I listen to. But on Christmas Day, obviously that's Stevie Wonder. That's what Christmas means to me, my love. I was listening to Whitney Houston's Christmas album. Basically, I do what my dad used to do when we were little, which is listen to the same album but by different people. So he'd listen to Bing Crosby, Nat King Cole, and Frank Sinatra's Christmas albums. Frank Sinatra wouldn't get many spins, I'm not going to lie to you. guys, they are all the same album. It's all the same song.
It's like, the set list is the same.
Exact same. And I used to be like,
is the competition very different? No, they don't make any of it their own. There's a formula, you follow it. It's Christmas music.
Yeah. And like, I'd be like, why does he do this? And now I do it. I'm like, I wonder what this would sound like if Whitney's like what's Nat King Cole said? Like, I literally listen to the same song over and over, but just like different people singing it.
I was so sick of Christmas music. It just wears so thin, and you cannot escape it on the radio.
I don't listen to the radio.
It's when I'm driving to the park, and I just every single station.
Yes, you're right.
Fucking hell, it's so irritating. And then
I play the same ones.
The same ones. And then fucking Kelly Clarkson comes on and I'm having palpitations.
That song is torture.
It really, truly is torture. And it's also just about being alone on Christmas Day. Horrible.
Hate that song. Love Kelly Clarkson. Hate that song.
I think it was on Christmas Eve when they were doing like the countdown, the top 40. 29 of the songs in the top 40 were Christmas songs, which I believe is the most Christmas songs in a top 40 at Christmas that there's ever been.
Streaming. So now it's just, it's probably always been like that. It's just now they can actually measure how much we listen to it. Yeah.
But 29 songs.
Also,
and then I couldn't believe fucking Lad Baby. Of course he was Christmas.
No. I will not accept this. I never hear him on the radio. I forgot, like the other day when we drove to London and me and my mum, we've driven a few like long distance journeys through December together, and we always have on Heart FM and Magic. Fair enough. We don't listen to like new music. You know, we like the same set list. You know, it's very much like me.
Absolutely.
But I'm like, who is listening to Lad Baby? I need to know who's listening to that. And then I just thought maybe in shops and pubs, but I've not heard it in a single shop.
I didn't even know that it was a thing until
we did it.
Last year when we talked about it, but this year I didn't even know that song existed until they were saying who was in contention for the Christmas #1 spot.
I just think
couldn't believe it.
It's just, it really upsets me. And also I have to get this off my chest. Like, I really feel like I'm in England at Christmas because it's literally like there are so many actual good Christmas songs and you won't play them. You're obsessed with white people. So like the only two songs that I can hear are Mariah Carey, All I Want for Christmas Is You, and I know her father was back, but yeah. And Wham! Last Christmas, but even that you're like, you've ruined it because you're playing it too much,
way too much.
Anyway. So it's just like all the other ones are terrible, and that's why I ended up liking Michael Bublé. But yeah, there are good Christmas songs. Sorry,
it's Christmas Day and you're finally feeling festive.
Yeah, I'm feeling super festive. I'm listening to all my favorites. I found out something else this year on Boxing Day from a tweet by Kid Fury, which said that I saw Mummy, you probably know this, I saw Mummy kissing Santa Claus, and I feel like somebody told me this before and I forgot it. I feel like we might have had this conversation at work. But it's like because Santa Claus is the dad.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It was actually Santa Claus.
Why not?
But it could, but that's the thing. Why couldn't it be? It's open to interpretation.
Santa sounds sexy to me.
You want to sit on his knee?
I really do. And stroke his beard. So I'm feeling festive. I'm cooking and stuff. My brothers decided to watch the Godfather trilogy. But it was just I was in a really festive mood. And then it was the TV for me that just got me in the best mood. Okay, how's your Christmas?
Quiet, nice, kind of chilled out.
My gosh, thank you for recommending a nut roast.
Oh yeah.
Because I've never had a good nut roast out. You know when you go to a pub and stuff, it smells good, but it's disgusting.
Yeah.
I got the one it was pre-prepared, I did not make it, from Morrison's. It was small. It took 70 minutes to cook, which I thought was nuts.
That's a bit excessive.
It had loads of stuffing in it, and it was so tasty. And I have one anti-vegan member of our family who thinks that we're all trying to start a vegan agenda in the house. We're not. We're just simply having other options because not everyone always wants to eat meat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like people in the house have like days where they don't eat meat, and sometimes like I make meals without meat, and she just thinks it's like I'm intentional. I'm like, I'm not. I'm just.
You're
it's actually
vegan lobbyist.
Yeah, it's like I'm like.
They've got to you too, Ruth.
It's so normal. When we were little, I swear we would not always eat meat. And now it's like a thing. It's like I'm not making a political choice. It's just that's the human diet. You don't always eat meat or whatever. So I just lied and said it was stuffing, and it finished. Loved it.
But that's the thing. It pretty much just is stuffing. And I always thought stuffing was one of my favorite bits of
stuffing is the best
roast,
bit of the meal.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, I made bad stuffing this year. I made the mistake of doing a pre-bought stuffing, and I thought I could just add like orange zest to it to spice it. I should have made it. Because you know, I love it.
Let me pimp up this pre-bought mix.
If you're going to go pre-bought for Christmas, you can, but you have to go extra special because that stuff they sell you on the shelf is not nice. It's dry as hell. But yeah.
We did a lot of, I did, Jenny had bought it all, but we had quite a bit of our stuff was pre-made. Normally I would cook everything from scratch, but it does take a long time, and it means it, and it's, yeah.
It depends if you can be bothered. Like some years, like, I haven't cooked Christmas dinner in years just because I'm knackered.
Sometimes I can't. Well, I could have, but it's also just it was nice to not have to.
Yeah,
and the cleanup as well, so much easier.
Yeah, because let the record stay, and I'm assuming I've seen that you are definitely the cook in your like household. Yeah. So it's like if anybody, when you think about it, it's like, can I really be bothered to prepare all of this? No.
Yeah, for just the three of us.
Yeah.
Not that, I mean, on a different time maybe, but you know, this bitch is tired.
No, you have to choose your battles. I didn't cook everything.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
But it would have tasted better had I cooked everything. And you know what? But that's just something that I was willing to. I was willing to compromise on taste.
Absolutely,
for my own relaxation and sanity.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed of that, and I would do it again.
Oh, I needed something to do. I feel like the whole preparation, I didn't cook everything from scratch, no way, but like actually preparing it. And did I technically break the oven before so that you can only now put one thing in because the thing that holds the shelves fell off the side?
Oh no.
So we have two ovens, but the large oven where you can squeeze the
main oven.
Yeah, is now basically my bottom shelf because I cleaned it, but yeah, and I broke it while I was cleaning. I don't blame myself, obviously.
How can you? You were doing a good deed. You were cleaning.
And I was so mad about it. I don't want to I'll tell you off there, but that actually started a Christmas fight in the house.
Well, it wouldn't be Christmas without a Christmas fight.
Yeah,
we didn't have any Christmas fights though. It was all pretty chilled, but
there was only 4 of us. There really shouldn't have been a Christmas fight. But there was.
I was gonna
not
say,
on Christmas
it would be
Day.
difficult because there was only 3 of us, but then if there was only 4 of you, it's not that much.
It was like a run up to Christmas fight.
Okay,
but definitely changed the vibe.
I've got way too much food still though.
Oh no, I'm recycling it. Like tonight, I've made Jack Daniel's chicken with the chicken that was left over.
We've just got food that's not. I don't know why I have so much food. I just do, and so much like chocolate and.
No, fuck that. I'm not doing that anymore. Like I don't want any.
But it's also stuff that was gifted, you know.
Yeah, give it back.
This is
That's my attitude.
Getting donated. Sorry
I'm
to say.
sick of it. Like unless it's a Christmas cake, like my mum ordered like a rum cake for us. Also, shout out to Caribbean people for making rum cakes at Christmas and like delivering them, because that is just a gift from God. I didn't even bake the cake I was supposed to bake. I might bake it still. Okay.
Oh, I had like visions of, I'd bought loads of dates. I thought maybe I'll make some dates and put them, like dip them in chocolate. And I bought some fancy, like chopped hazelnuts and freeze-dried raspberries. I was like, I'll go fancy. You know what? No, I'm done. I'm tired. So
it's exhausting. And also Christmas is for rest because it's it's an actual day off.
It has to be for rest.
Yeah. Because next
year I've decided I want to take the whole of December off. And so I can get in a Christmassy element.
Honey, you don't have to tell me why.
I can just do what I want. Maybe I'll get a head start on making everything. Freeze
when
it.
You actually do the prep. I haven't done the prep in years. When I was I think I was 22 the year I made 3 Christmas dinners. I was on fire.
I used to do it all the time. I'm tired. Anyway,
who can be asked?
Who can be asked?
Or chefs.
So that was our Christmas in food, I guess. How about your Christmas in binge watching?
Loved what I watched. So I watched the new Sandra Bullock. Do you say Sandra or Sandra? I say Sandra.
Oh, like you say scone. Stop it.
I don't know what I say.
Sandra Bullock. You know Sandra.
Sandra. Have I ever said
sure
that
you say
before?
Sandra. I've never once, to be fair, I don't hear you say Sandra. that much. But
I really Sandra.
You would never say Sandra.
That doesn't even sound like a name anymore now I'm saying it. Sarah's a name. I love her anyway. But I don't know why, not because of her films, just like I just genuinely have this is something about her I like.
Right.
But like
she's likable.
She's likable. And obviously Viola Davis is in it.
Amazing.
Viola Davis is acting as far as I'm concerned.
The essence of acting, yeah.
She is. Like she's I can't guys, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it. I feel like it is geared and I hate to
be geared towards white people.
No, it's geared towards older people.
Okay.
Because my brother who's about to turn 21. Oh, baby's turning 21.
By older people, do we fall into the older people category?
Absolutely. It's definitely a 30 plus film. Maybe 27 plus.
Yeah.
But like I was into it. And I don't want to give any spoilers, so I want everyone to watch it. But there's a scene, like Viola Davis is a supporting character. Sandra Bullock is the main character. Like it's all about her. Everyone is a supporting character.
Sorry, Viola's going to steal the scene, right?
And the thing is, I've seen a clip of the scene on Twitter months ago, and I was thinking, I can't wait for this to come out because I thought from that scene, it was just the two
outside of Viola Davis's house where she's shouting at Sandra. Yeah.
Oh my! I'm actually getting goosebumps. I'm not joking. That scene and. Not Viola Davis obviously can be in a film for 10 seconds and be the main character as far as I'm concerned because she's that good. But the two of them together is just mwah, mwah, mwah. I love seeing like especially older women who have like mastered their craft just get their moment to just show you that there is nobody is seeing them. And I felt like in that scene, and it's like pivotal for the film as well. It was just I loved that film. I'm sorry, I loved it. My brother was so bored he left. Like I was on the edge, gripped. I can't remember the last time I was gripped.
Okay, I'll definitely give it
I think you'll enjoy it. I don't think it's as good as I'm saying. I think I was into it. And then we watched Harder They Fall, which I finally watched because Sim has been telling me to watch it, and I wanted to watch it anyway. Because obviously a Black Western I'm in, and the cast is unbelievable. Incredible. Like Regina King, Idris Elba, Jonathan Majors, who I'm in love with.
Is that the kid from Stranger Things?
No, he's from Lovecraft. I always say it
Lovecraft.
Wrong. Yes.
Lovecraft County.
Yes, it's him. He's like the main character in that.
Is the kid from Stranger Things not in it as well?
No, not that I remember.
Oh.
No, I didn't see him. Everyone's like, he was there the whole film. Yeah. I'm like, I didn't see him once. No, I didn't see him. He's a good actor though. The Stranger Things kids are brilliant also. That's another amazing cast, honestly.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Lakeith Stanfield's in it. And I don't know, it's so good. At first I was a bit like, because I was listening to, it's funny, I was listening to Colette Chiapoffa talk about it the other day, and she was talking, and I agree, like it's gotten to the point where like obviously colorism is so rife that even in an all black film, like the love interest will always be like an extremely light-skinned biracial woman with like a longer curly hair and stuff, and she's always iconic and a good actress, but it's always like like obvious. Every single time it's like and it was the same in this, so as soon as I started watching it I was just like, oh, give me a fucking break. But it won me over. Obviously I have critiques of it, but it was both that and the Sandra Bullock film. It was just like
The Unforgivable.
Yeah, sorry, dumb name, shouldn't have called it that. I'm sorry, it was a dumb name. But they both have twists that I didn't see coming in. I love guessing, and now I've told you that I've probably ruined it because you'll guess the twist, but I love guessing a twist, and I didn't guess either, maybe because I've not watched a film in so long. The twist in How Do They Fall? Fucking loved it. I fucking loved it.
That's been on my list for a while.
Yeah, but I feel like because it's a film, you know what we're like with films, you need to like clear some time to watch a film, whereas a show you can just crack out. Also random, I watched the season finale because my cousin was just watching it. There's a show on Amazon, I don't know if you told me about it, and it's like a mystical show, Amazon Prime.
Wheel of Time.
Yes, is that the one you were watching?
Yeah,
it is good.
but that's the one I was watching where it's good and it's very watchable, but it's like that's when I realized watching it, all fantasy shows, it's the same premise. It's like a bunch of kids that are destined for greatness that live by like two fucking rivers. It's there's a formula here, and
I don't want to give away what actually happens in that, but like even who is it's just like of course it's
but there's still some things with the other ones where I'm like, oh, but you like that.
Yeah.
There's something going on with you guys as well. So,
and if it was me, if I had the absolute godsend fortune of being a film or TV maker, the one thing I'd want is to like break down everyone's expectations of like stereotypes. Like you can't it's just like you can't be like, okay, here's the very light-skinned biracial black girl who is the love interest, also beautiful and very wise. Here is the do you know what I mean? It's just like, here is the dominant white man with a heart of gold. I'm just like, it's like so boring. And stop making, this is nothing to do with that, this in general, stop making being like made an orphan, like stop, what's the word,
glamorizing it.
It's weird, like deal with it in a more real way. Anyway, whatever, I'm not a filmmaker.
But it's it's easy to watch. It's
really good though. It's really good. I say all that, but I still loved it. I'm going to go back and watch it all.
Definitely some hotties in there.
I didn't see any. Oh, I tell a lie. I saw one. I don't know his name. I don't know if it's a spoiler to try and describe him because I literally just watched the season finale. Is it the season finale or the last episode that came out?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god,
what does he look like?
He's kind of like a samurai.
Oh yeah, Lan.
He is smoking. As soon as I'm not gonna lie, I'm a perf. The reason I watched it is because I was like, who's he? I sat down. I was like, who is that?
Yeah, hot.
Wow, not me being like, change the stereotypes of television. And I'm like, I only watched it because he was sexy. So
and he is very and also kind and protective and loyal and
loyal. I love a loyal man.
Respectful as well. So
he doesn't love a slamming hot, loyal, respectful kind.
He's got it all. Oh, probably us, because we'd be like, he's too nice.
No,
when you're that hot. Sorry, God. This is one of those things where we'll have to apologize for it.
It doesn't matter what you look like, but when you're that hot,
there's such thing as beauty privilege.
No, that's something you'll never.
We're not superficial. Yeah.
Can I not?
No, sorry. We know that there's beauty privilege, but we think that we're above it. I know. I am. That's one of the things I do not like about myself. I think I'm too superficial. Yeah. I said
a
it.
little superficial, but I feel like the worst thing about me is that I have glamorized the way I'm superficial. Like I've given it depth. I'm like, I have taste. Okay. It's like, no, you're just incredibly shallow. I'm like, yeah, but I'm shallow about the right thing. Okay.
That is years of working in fashion for us.
It's art. It's my artistic expression.
Like, these are better than those.
And you wouldn't get it because you don't have real taste. You're just a sheep.
We were the real sheep. Ooh. Anyway.
The plot thickens.
The plot doesn't thicken. The plot gets looser and more liquidy and
Just
more
more
vacuous.
thinner.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
There is no plot. We have no plot.
Much like this episode.
Anyway,
Also,
I tell you, go on.
I was just gonna say I only watched it. I had to bootleg the Insecure final because we're recording a teeny bit early, and because I just can't remember to not log into Twitter. I log in and then and I couldn't be asked to mute the words because afterwards I want to search the words and enjoy the memes. And I watched it and I cried and I cried and I cried, and it was just as soon as I'm not giving any spoilers again because I want everyone to watch the whole of Insecure.
Yes, well, I'm yet to watch the final episode, but I have obviously watched the number 9 just actually today.
Oh my god. We'll discuss at a later date in maybe next year,
next time.
I just wanted to say things that I watched. Phenomenal show. Love that show. I'm so emotionally attached to all the characters.
100%.
Love it.
Okay, so 2 things that I want to talk about that I watched. One is more I don't want to dwell on it too long, but I have to say you were right about and just like that, it definitely gets better. I'm not going to say it's like groundbreaking. Of course I'm still watching it, but then the first episode, you were so right. It's the pilot energy, which is so and icky, but it definitely gets better. So
I'm enjoying it.
Yeah,
dare I say I'm loving it.
Yeah,
so sue me. And the outfits are phenomenal,
amazing, gorgeous.
I love oh my god, all the art on the walls. It's just I just love it. I'm loving it. It makes me look forward to getting older because I'm shallow. I want more things.
We want to look good.
I'm gonna be so cute when I'm old.
We're gonna be in the same old fucking stained sweatpants route.
But it's cool now. We're breaking down respectability politics. Sure.
And then we watched Jenny Wolf. Sorry, I've been told off for saying their names, even though my sister.
Wait till my sister hears I've been talking about her.
Well, I mean, she was like, baby. I feel like she threw GDPR in my face, which I think is a little uncalled for.
Yeah, she's right though. She's right. Yeah. We should actually make a pact to stop naming people. And by we, I mean you should tell me to shut up. I'm like, so Fred, who lives next door.
Anyway,
at 36 Albert Street.
In this household, we watched King Richard.
I haven't watched it yet. Oh my god. The new one.
Yes. The new I don't think that there is a King Richard is in the Serena, not the King Richard of King Arthur or any mythical things.
Oh my
King
god.
Richard like Serena and Venus Williams. What did you think? You're getting so excited because you have just...
No, I just need you to know how dumb I am. I was thinking of the new Macbeth.
Oh, God. No, to be fair, King Richard is a Shakespearean play,
but I was still thinking of a different play, so it still doesn't make sense. Okay, so Will Smith doing his thing.
Yes.
I get the feeling it's not the best drama, but as far as heartwarming films go, it's amazing. Am I correct or incorrect?
What do you mean by it's not the best drama?
So like it's not so there's like 2 types of films, right? There's like Missed Outfire and then there's like The Matrix. No, that's a really bad example.
Yes. That's somewhere in between them.
What do I mean? I mean, there's like really like heartwarming. Basically,
I wouldn't say it's like a heartwarming. It's not like a Mrs.
It's not heartwarming.
No, it is, but it's more. It's like a.
The film Will Smith did.
It's an inspirational.
Yes.
An inspirational sports film. You know, so all it's a sports film.
I love inspirational sports films much.
Tennis is a different kind of sport because it's not a team sport. It's so mental. It's just you out there on the court. So it really it's a very. And then they're so young, and obviously we know who they like become. And you're
making me want to watch it right now.
Yeah, it's the acting is absolutely incredible.
Really? Oh my! I have to watch it.
You should watch it. Yeah.
Where did you watch it?
Oh, Jenny bought it. Jenny rented it. She really wanted to watch it, so she. Yeah.
I bought something this Christmas. I bought an episode of Adventure Time. Every penny, every fucking penny, a bargain, guys. If you haven't watched the it's like they've done they did like a mini series because Adventure Time is finished, and they did like a mini series, and Jonathan made me watch the one where Jake and Finn come like it's just their episode. Different characters get different episodes, so we bought it and we watched it. Adventure Time is just flawless, and it really upsets me that people think it's just a silly frivolous cartoon. Like animations, just because something's animated doesn't mean it's less. Just because something is I'm clearly talking about one conversation where I said I like Adventure Time and someone's like basically made me feel stupid about it.
And we have also discussed this very thing on the podcast before
1,000 times. I really need to learn to let go. But you're making King Richard sound so good. I love inspirational films. Like you can't,
especially a sports film.
I thought I didn't realize the acting was amazing. I thought it was going to be like okay, because I'm thinking of. Do you remember a better example of what I was thinking of was Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness?
Yes,
I thought it'd be like that kind of vibe.
Oh,
which is also a dumb thing because that was an incredible drama. I don't know why I'm thinking.
But it's more like that than Mrs. Doubtfire. It's just arguably a comedy.
It's a comedy.
I would highly recommend it. Like just
Oh yeah.
And also just the fact that it's like he really had this plan for these girls.
Yeah.
And like just executed it. But I was saying to Jenny, obviously, like, we're watching it and it feels like, wow, it's cool. But it must have been also at times incredibly difficult growing up with that kind of pressure. And even though I'm sure they knew that they were brilliant too, but it just like that, because to a certain degree, we also had that.
Yeah, we did.
It's not easy.
Did I tell you about the time my dad drove me to a tennis court and told me I needed to start playing tennis? By the way, listeners, I love my father. He was raised by like the same story of all of these men. He was raised by and this is no shade to my grandfather, rest in peace, but a serious, like, militant disciplinarian. And that kind of puts, I don't know what it puts like this enormous pressure on you. And it makes you like very like kind of tunnel vision,
like, focused,
like, and people obviously in society always praise that, but it can also, there's a huge downside. Look at the Jacksons. Even my dad also joked about Michael Jackson's dad yesterday. Okay, so the boys are dancing and my dad's giving them notes naturally. My dad's also an incredible dancer, but that's still like they're 5 and 7. So he's giving them notes. And then he was like, Michael Jackson listened to his father and look what happened to him. And we all just burst out laughing because we were like, when we were little, I was like, I remember the time my dad was like, yeah, their dad used to throw an iron at them. I was like, okay. Not sure if this was worth it. It's like you're sitting there watching it like, this is amazing. It's like, yeah, their dad used to throw an iron at them. Yikes.
Jesus.
Woo. Yeah.
How do we get King Richard? Yeah, so yeah, watch it.
I'm gonna watch it.
But I haven't, other than that, I've not really been watching terribly much. I keep falling asleep to the latest season of Good Girls. Did you ever watch that? Have you watched that?
I've only watched the latest season because my cousin was watching it, and it was one of those Sundays where I was like, I'm just popping downstairs for a glass of water because I'm recording. Then I was
You're
like,
standing for a full episode before you finally sit down.
yeah. And I ended up watching like 4 episodes back to back and being like, okay, this show is phenomenal. I feel like I've been lied to. Everyone says it's quite a good show. It's not quite a good show.
Yeah, no,
it's
great.
a fucking amazing show.
Yeah.
Why does everybody say that about stuff that's amazing?
I think that sometimes people just don't want to actually admit what they think is actually amazing, because maybe they don't want, if it's really not, maybe you don't trust like your own taste, or you kind of just like, yeah, it's kind of good.
It's also me. Come on, guys. I watch melodramas.
This is phenomenal.
And plug it in my vein. And I also think it's because it's women, because it's like, if it was like, if Breaking Bad starred women, people would be like, it's average. It's like, it's cute.
Yeah, you're right.
Good.
Yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, it's a show about 3 like suburban house moms, and it's very good. So yeah, do go back to the beginning and watch it. But I've just had so many nights where I've just started watching something at night and then wake up at really horrible and groggy at, the light to roll on and it's midnight or something, and you're like, oh fuck, and then and more often than not I haven't taken Mango out, so I'm like, shit, now I also have to take Mango out for her last walk, and you just feel gross, like, you feel slightly sick because you're groggy, and it's and you've been drinking. I was saying because it's Christmas.
My bad. Yeah,
because it's just, I'm not like drinking to excess, but drinking a little bit every night. And by a little bit I mean like at least half bottle, which is enough. And I think so ever since like we went to for your birthday, I've just been a bit convinced that maybe I've probably got COVID. And I've had a very dull, I did a lateral flow test this morning, guys, just so you know, and it was negative, so yay. But I also don't trust those, so whatever. Anyway, I've had this low grade slight headache for maybe a week or 2 now, and I'm thinking, I've seen people posting about how they had a headache and they just thought it was stress, and then they actually had COVID. So that's why I've kind of also had a bit of anxiety, thinking, oh shit, because everybody seems to be getting it now. I don't see how
everyone will.
Yeah, but I think it's actually no, I really don't. But it just takes one, doesn't it? But I think
I still feel like you live a relatively safe lifestyle.
Yeah, that it's.
I'm not saying that everyone who catches it is out here fucking licking people's faces. It's not true.
But this headache, I think it's just the compound interest of drinking red wine every fucking night. That's why I've got a headache. It's not Omicron, you dumb bitch. Stop drinking. That's
why I was crying over a chicken earlier, because I'm just very emotional. Alcohol makes me so emotional. I forget when I drink too much in a row.
So emotional.
Sorry. Also, I will stop talking about TV after this. I watched Last Christmas today as something to have on while I tried to. I know it's technically a bank holiday, but since my birthday, I've had 2 good days of working, and apart from that, I've not really been doing what I need to do, and so I was trying to get back into work, and so it was on in the background.
That's the Amelia Clark.
Loved it. Yeah, it really I'd say that Adventure Time episode, and something else that I can't remember, gave me real psychological life lessons. I felt like I'd grown from watching a Christmas rom-com. But it's so good. The can we talk? Have you seen it?
Obviously, I haven't seen it. No.
Oh my god. Okay, you watch it, and then maybe it'll be our Christmas episode next year. Mm-hmm. I mean, if we're still on Earth, God willing.
Oh my god! You know what this episode should have been? I'm so dumb. We should have watched that film New Year's Eve.
Oh, I thought about it, but I was like, that's a really dumb idea. So I was embarrassed to say. Yeah.
We should have done that. And then for Valentine's Day, we could do that one. Valentine's Day.
I've never seen that. Have you seen it?
Me neither. I've never seen
Maybe
New
we
Year's
will.
Eve.
Me neither. I've seen the one that I thought was New Year's Eve, which is not. There's two of them. The one where they all have like a wild party. Not the X one. The one with Rihanna in it for like 5 minutes. And then the other one with I'm bad at descriptions.
Do you know what? Let's just I'm not going to get it from these descriptions. I'm sorry. Okay, so we have discussed what we did at Christmas, what we ate, what we watched. Now let's move on to the top hits, the top moments of 2021. I haven't really prepared any, so I'm going to have to do this off the top of my head, which probably means that I'm going to pick the like very random, not super great ones. But have you got any prepared that you want to?
I made notes from what we talked about off air.
Are we talking about top moments that happen like in the cultural zeitgeist, or our personal that happened to us?
I think just do both, because we can't separate.
We are the cultural zeitgeist.
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh. And the things we wrote down, the only thing that really stands out to me was Matt Hancock having that video leaked, because that was nuts. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah.
The government in general, just shambolic behaviour.
Terrible. Awful.
I thought it was way more nuts than the Dominic Cummings one. The affair was
sure.
Because why was he kissing her like that? Like, COVID aside, why was he kissing her like that? It was weird. Why would you want to kiss Matt Hancock? Also, it's just like he'd been in so much trouble. He'd fake cried. He's been stealing money. I'm sorry.
It's crocodile tears.
Yeah. They call it misappropriating funds. It's not stealing money when you're a politician. They're making it clap, making it rain. That's just public funds disappearing, and the whole time.
When that was fairly early on.
I feel like that was the middle.
Was it middle? I don't know. Maybe
like
May.
June.
I
thought it was like June, August.
August. That's practically the end of the year.
True. And not me googling when's Matt Hancock's. Oh God, a scandal.
Hard to believe that we started last year. Well, okay, sorry. It's not hard to believe this at all. It just feels like we've been on so much of an emotional roller coaster this year, as with all years. But it feels strange to me that we were beginning last year with a lockdown, even though it makes perfect sense, because it's like, it feels like that's
as in this. Did we start this year with the lockdown?
Exactly, because it's been so, you feel like 2020 was the year of the lockdown, but we did actually have 20 lockdowns in 2021. Remember, we went into tier 4 for Christmas, and then it was like, okay, no, we're actually going to have to do a proper lockdown. Place is going to be shut. Because things have been open for so long. It
only since July, though. It feels like way longer. That feels like that's 6 months or 7 months or 5 months. I can't count. Feels like a year in itself.
So yeah,
fucking hell.
It's a lot to take in.
Too much, some would say.
Yeah. How about personal things? What are your kind of standout moments?
Nothing.
Sticking with this podcast.
We started doing this remotely, which was a big thing. Remember my this isn't that it's not this isn't a big deal, and then say something horrible and everyone's gonna be like, whoa. It's not a big deal, but like in the summer, that our second break, like my anxiety was so severe. I genuinely, because the thing is that people don't understand about anxiety, and what I don't also understand, because I don't know if it's just anxiety, is that it makes you feel like you're living a lie. Like my anxiety was so bad, I felt like my whole life was a mess and it was terrible, and I just needed to quit everything and run away. And then a few weeks later, I realized at the time I was just very anxious, and it'd been getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But I really I just had to that's probably the first time in a while where it's been that bad. And also I was able to actually
do something about it, put steps
put
into
myself
place,
together. Yeah. And also accepted that, even though sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I do get upset thinking like, am I gonna be like this forever? But it's just something I have to live with. It's not always bad. It often isn't. Again, that might be a lie. But it is something that I have to accept, that just the way you get the flu and stuff, every once in a while, it is just gonna get a bit debilitating, and it's just weird. And I wonder what that's gonna look like in the future. And in a way, I'm just glad that at the moment I have a life where that doesn't mean I lose a job or something. And it also makes me think that I've quit jobs in the past and I've literally run away, and I'm just like, I wonder if I was just having severe anxiety.
Probably. And in those moments, you really just didn't have the tools to know how to deal with it.
And also the environments aren't always great, so it's just
yeah, exactly.
How can I tell?
And I do think while you will always have, you probably will always have an anxiety or an anxious, or the propensity to slip into, an anxious episode. But it won't always be debilitating. It doesn't always have to be. It's also about learning to accept your part in how it kind of manifests. I say this speaking for, I guess, for myself,
100%.
but it might be, you can slip into it and allow yourself to slip into it rather than catch it early and do something about it. Because sometimes, and especially for me, and particularly when I was very bad a few years ago, things like, not so much anxiety because that's fucking horrible, but depression is a very easy, comfortable crutch. It's like, you don't watch Big Mouth, but Big Mouth really they depict these different emotions so well. And with depression, they had this thing, it's like the depression cat, and she kind of just comes and is like, oh, but you want to be cozy, we can just go into bed. And she wraps Jessie around, she's this giant cat, and she wraps her around in her fur and is like, you just go to sleep now, it's okay. And that's really what depression can be like. You just think, actually, I can just slip into this, kind of put this comfy cloak on, even though I know it's bad for me and it doesn't make me feel good, but it's way easier than doing the work to make yourself not feel like that, because it's the known thing.
In a way, anxiety is kind of the opposite. It's like an alarm. It's you keep pressing snooze and the alarm just keeps getting louder and louder and louder. So it's so loud that you're just no. Everything has to stop. I was just, and I've also realized this year, and as much as it literally, I don't know why I find it so embarrassing to admit, I'm such a people pleaser. I didn't know that about myself. I really am. And I'll put myself in a situation where no one's fucking asking me to do it. I'll be so uncomfortable. I'll be doing so many things I don't want to do. And I'm just I worry. And I think this is why relationships in the past haven't worked out for me. And also it could just be, again, this is probably such black and white thinking. But I used to I used to find it so hard to end relationships. I mean, romantic ones. I used to think, one day I'm just going to wake up, I'm going to be in a house with somebody I hate and kids I didn't want. Just because I just didn't want to be I don't want to be with you.
But also, I think for me, I think I'm the same, but I'll often like make a guess at what I think that the other person wants, and then do like to people please. But it's like, so you're doing something you don't even know, that's what you're projecting that you think that they want. They don't want that. You get stressed, they don't really care, and then you get angry with them because you were trying to do the thing that they wanted, that they didn't even want in the first place or ask for, and then it's just a mess. Don't try and please people.
You can't please people. You can barely please yourself. That's almost impossible. Also, like, there's another part of it which I realize, which is like, so half of it is like being a people pleaser is you trying to keep making up all these wants and needs of everyone, and you trying to fulfill them, so you can just be like, look what I've done.
Yeah,
even and amazing. Yes, I do want to be able to do everything in the world because it's just my nature. Like, we've heard about how we've been raised. I want to get everything done and I want everything to be perfect, but it's also just not my character. So that is just something that's been put into my head that I really need to like chill out on. And then the other half of it is obviously the societal expectation of whether you like it or not. Like, your identity means that there are expectations on you, and like that, those expectations are gonna cause you to fucking blow up because it's no one should have expectations on you, but it's just like, there's nothing worse than feeling like, especially as a woman, like, if I don't do it, it's no one is going to do it. And I actually went nuts the other day over something like that. I'll tell you off air. It was such a small thing, but it's just like, I realized I don't want to spend a minute of my life doing something I don't want to do just because no one else will do it.
But I think for me, I feel the same thing, but that's what's meant that I suppose to avoid having those kind of being in those situations, I just make my circles smaller and smaller and smaller until now I feel like I turn around, I'm like, I really just don't have that. Don't get me wrong, the people I have in my life are incredible. Case in point, you.
The bar is low, guys.
I will, like, I very easily just like,
you're avoiding, basically.
To be like, you know what, I can't even deal with this. So to not have to put myself in a difficult situation where I know that I'm gonna like, I'll just cut it off. I will just cut it out. Yeah,
I've realized I'll blow it up and then with no plan, and then I'm like, shit.
So guys, that was our segment on what were the top bits of 2020.
Oh my god, I also broke my toe.
Personal growth, things that we've learned about ourselves.
The
thing is though, I feel like, sorry to cut across you, I do have like personal growth moments where I'm so much more self-aware about these things and about like all of like the things that I do, or like the ways that I self-destruct. I'm not doing anything about them. I'm like, absolutely.
And then we'll hang up this call.
Yourself, you know exactly. And then I'm like, okay, good. Now let me sit here alone and watch 5 hours of TV.
Oh my god, absolutely. I'm like, okay, so that's enough of that.
That's enough of the growth and healing, just to know. So it's actually not. I mean, it is growth. Let's not like do ourselves wrong or a disservice, but I'm still not really able or feeling ready to kind of actually confront the shadows. I'm like, I've identified what they are. I know why I do this. I feel very clever because it is very clever when I look at the cycle. Am I doing anything to break it?
And it's also, it's kind of not real, because these conversations that we have with each other, where we're having these deep realizations about ourselves, when we have it with a therapist, they correct you as you go. They're like, that's not really that's not true. Like, I've had
watched that in a TV show. That's not, this is what it actually means.
That's why I always say black and white thinking, because like literally two different therapists have found two different ways of telling me I have such a propensity to think that way. So half the time I'll be like, and that means it's because I'm such an anxious person, and I'll be like, that's, you're going way too
did I get it right? Did I diagnose myself? Like,
Do I get 100%? Wow.
Your problems aren't that deep. Stop it.
Back to our childhood. So basically, we're the smartest people here.
We know more than you.
We had
years of training.
You don't know what I've been through.
You don't know me.
Honey, I know you've over years.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh.
I feel like I've gone from one, like in my 20s where I was like, because I didn't know, I wasn't self-aware, so I was just, and I would act out and I would do like bad, like quote unquote bad things or terrible, or I'd be mean or a certain way with people. And now I look back on it and I have so much like regret, and I think about all those things that I like, the way that I was, that I've gone the opposite way. I'm like, now, okay, I'm so self-aware of it, but like I said, now I'm not doing anything to change it or like get like grow or enlighten myself. So I'm just trapped in this thing where I've like traded one kind of, it sounds so dramatic to say traded one kind of unhappiness for another, but kind of in that way where I'm like, okay, cool. It's the same. Like, I'm not moved. So now, where back before then I didn't know what was going on, so I was like a ball of like fury that was like lashing out. Now I'm just like, cool, well, I don't want to do that anymore, so I'll keep all of that to like myself.
Yeah, I think
and then
you
I'm like
have always underestimated your goodness as well. It's like shocking. But doing the longer we do this podcast, like I feel like
I'm not gonna cry.
Now I because when we started doing this podcast, the way I'd hear you speak about yourself, it would confuse me, because I was just like, the way you think the way you perceive yourself is so different to how you are. And it's like the small little things like that, say like, okay, so you've like in this conversation you've identified you can be avoidant, and honestly you can be, but you're only avoidant in 100 situations. You're avoidant like once or twice or 3 times, but you think you're avoidant 99% of the time. It's like, no, you're actually an excellent communicator.
Everybody else I am.
Yeah.
It's more like with the people that are in my life, obviously it is different. But even with the people in my life, I can be like, sometimes I can really feel like if people are getting too close, I'm like,
you have to shrug them away because you don't want them like to, you feel like you're going to hurt them.
You get everything. You get it all.
Oh my God. I wouldn't have it any other way. I'd be so upset if you gave me the small portion. I'd be like, why are you holding out on me? How dare you?
Oh man. Wow.
No, but I also feel like we're just hopefully I'm begging. I feel like we're just maturing, and hopefully as the years go by it will change. I know what you mean. If I'm still like this when I'm 40, God, because sometimes I feel like a lot more grown now, but I also still can see like my childishness for sure. It's not hard to move. Let me tell you.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I'm still so afraid of that side of me that I'm like, best to keep yourself to yourself and not like widen the circle or engage more people, because it's when I engage with other people that comes out of me, because I've not actually confronted all of these things and grown from them. So I still make them. So what I've done now, instead of like, my way of breaking the cycle is just don't talk to anybody, don't talk to new people. And that's ridiculous. It's not.
But I don't think I'm that much better. I'm like, but also like, there's not, okay, guys, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but it's not like there's an infinite amount of goodness. We've also just gained wisdom. Like there's a lot of crazy things out there. Like it's taken me this long to know that when I'm speaking to someone I don't know, I'm always 5 minutes away from having a conversation with someone who thinks corona isn't real. It took me 2 years to accept that. And now I feel like I can finally accept that. I had to go through a lot to get here. Because and now I don't think, it's not that I think I'm silly. And my dad got that really early on, and he would talk to me about it. But obviously he's seeing patients who are literally sick. Oh my God, I have to tell you guys about a tweet. And okay, God forgive me, guys, indulge me, because it's funny if you're not an empathetic person. There was a woman on Twitter. I'm guessing she's quite notorious because of her comments, but she was basically saying that like she was alluding to the fact that corona isn't real. She's never getting a vaccination, and she's having 12 people over for Christmas, or 8 people over for Christmas dinner because who are also unvaccinated, and they won't be wearing masks. And everyone in the comments was like, why? Okay, just do that then. But why?
You don't need to broadcast it.
Yeah, you're obviously coming here to say that because you want like some sort of pat on the back. And there was one comment, like 3 comments down, from a man who said something like, so you'll be back on a ventilator soon then, haven't you learned? And she replied saying, I was in intensive care, not on a ventilator. Thank you very much. So
she had COVID.
She had COVID to the point where she was hospitalized, which for me, I know a lot of people have been hospitalized for COVID, but that's when it's serious. Like, that's what you're trying to avoid. So but that's her rebuttal. And I couldn't stop laughing.
Like, I was in ICU, but I was not on a ventilator. So fuck you very much.
How dare you? I was not. If that was me,
this is the cross you want to die on. This is the hill.
And why do people on the internet know that? Why do they know? And how you why could if this is your stance, why would you tell people that? Anyway, I just thought it was so funny. But I can imagine it to, like, if you're working in a hospital, that shit is not funny. You are like, are you fucking kidding me? But that for me, I had to laugh at that one because I've never seen anything like that where someone actually admits and they thought that being hospitalized is nothing like being like, I'm sorry, is there a difference? Oh, everyone's lost the plot.
Yeah. It's been 2 hard, long years. Anyway, I feel like we've probably spent too long not talking about the highs of 2021, but I just don't know if we can actually do the segment justice. So I feel like we need to move on.
I could just read the list out and then we can move on, and you guys could fill in the blanks yourself.
You make your own decisions. And also, like, let us just say that this is by no means a corroborated list. These are just some things that we threw out in the air that we think these are just some things that happened. They definitely probably aren't even the best things.
Nowhere near. And there's a lot of white people on here.
This is like
nothing to do with my year.
This is like, at the end of, like, the credits, or when they do like the credit, like that zoom up when they're having to do like the distance. It's just like, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you can't read it, but we've done it.
Speed this up. It's for double time, please.
Okay, I broke my toe. Yes, I put my own personal thing on the list first because that was a big thing.
One of the top of the pops.
The biggest thing that happened in 2021 is I broke my toe.
I suppose. Yeah, big things, not necessarily best things. Then.
And then I put Elon Musk being the Time Person of the Year. Time have really just shown their bollocks on camera. They don't care anymore.
They do not give a shit.
The Euros, which I thought was something to do with currency, but no, the football Euros.
The football, yeah, we got into that. Yeah,
I don't remember it.
I remember the episode that preceded our break.
One day we'll release the episode. One day.
No, I don't think we can.
Okay, Gorilla Glue Girl. So that's the woman who put Gorilla Glue in her hair. I'm sorry, I don't know her name, but her surname. I feel like her name is. No, it's not. Matt Hancock. That's all it says.
We've spoken about it. That's sweet.
I put vaccinating, but basically me and Natalie got vaccinated. Natalie's had her booster. I cancelled mine because it was on Christmas Eve, and I decided because
you wouldn't. Honestly,
I needed to make Christmas dinner. Yeah. It just makes me need a nap. Like I have to sleep for a long time.
It made me exhausted. So
I put Joe Biden. He got sworn in. We haven't seen him since, but shout out to him.
Yeah.
I put a note that we should talk
Shout out to Kamala for standing in as president when he was having his colonoscopy.
Oh my gosh. He thinks he's dying, which is scary.
He thinks he is.
Well, okay, let me know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm being inflammatory. He said...
We're all dying, and when you're that age, you're dying a little bit quicker than the rest of us, to be honest.
We're not dying. We're living.
Okay, fine. But our cells are slowly decaying.
Yeah, over time.
Yeah, but
they're also regenerating. Not as good as they were before, but they're still going strong.
I mean, at Joe Biden's age, the deterioration regeneration of cell ratio is really going to be.
Oh, I can't wait to be in my 70s. I feel like that's going to be my golden years, honestly.
So you're going to be a horny septuagenarian.
Well, sexuality, your sexual
peaks and troughs.
Yeah, so who knows, but yes.
Will you be in a peak?
100%. But also I feel like I'll be so sick of people, I'll just be like, get me a robot.
Get me employed.
Yeah, nothing with a human consciousness though. I can't. No. Oh, that sounds weird. But
wait, no, you think maybe it's not worth us talking about Joe Biden when he's dying?
Oh, sorry. He said if he's still around, he'd run again. I'm paraphrasing. He obviously didn't say that. He said, he said if he has good health, he'll run again. He plans to run again as long as he has good health. And I took that as Joe Biden.
I think Joe Biden, give it a rest.
Why? There's nobody else. The American people want what they want. They want an elderly white man. They will not settle for anything like that.
It's true. That's true.
That was a joke.
Oh my
guys.
God! Sorry. Speaking of presidents, this is Fitz is in King Richard, and he is looking good. So that's another reason to watch it.
I was on his Instagram the other day being thirsty, and I saw he posted the
so hot,
sexy as hell.
Oh my God. Where are those men? Sorry, and I know that those men are probably hella problematic for me, but just...
No, they're not necessarily. They might be just like fresh out of divorce. They've been in a marriage for like 30 years. You know what I mean? They're ready for something new. They're not necessarily looking for like to be married, but they just want they want something more modern. That's when you come in.
I think we've already proved that we're not okay. We're modern in the sense that we're like throwing tantrums and having
some excitement.
If you want a brat. If you want a bratty woman to not take care of but buy things for.
If that's what gets you going, honey, look no further. If not, keep looking.
Yeah, sorry. I apologize. I'm a brat. Brats don't apologize. Oh my God, 2002 motto. Brats don't apologize.
I just put
Britney
Spears because
end of her conservatorship.
Yeah, whatever. And then we talked about Meghan and Harry leaving the monarchy.
Yeah.
And then I just put down that we should talk about what music we listen to, what TV shows we watch, and what podcasts we listen to. But I feel like we've been talking long enough. Let's get into the real thing. To
be honest, what we've been talking about, like about personal growth, kind of segues quite nicely into the final segment, which would have been good if we hadn't just filled it with that crappy list. We could have seamlessly entered.
I mean, this podcast is anything but seamless.
There are cracks everywhere. There are split seams, torn hems.
But let's end with looking back on our messages that we gave ourselves last year for our future selves. Let's see what we think of so me and Ashley are gonna
last year, if you I don't know if you maybe you've been here from the start, maybe you haven't. If you've not, last New Year's Eve, back when we were still watching porn, that was our last porn episode, we weren't to know. And we gave ourselves a message to our future selves. We gave ourselves, some, I won't say advice, but just maybe some kind words, some things that we thought that maybe we needed to hear, some like hopes and wishes for what we wanted the year to see for us. And hopefully we would actually take some action into making that a reality. So we're going to listen to them now. Together with you, and then we'll talk about them, see what how we feel about them, and then I think off the back of that, given how this year's gone, let's set ourselves some new intentions.
Here is what we said.
Hey Natalie, it's Natalie. Just wanted to let you know that
Sorry.
2020's been a difficult year. But you managed to get through it. And you actually did pretty well by the end of the year. I think it was rocky at the beginning and definitely through the summer, but not rocky, but you know. But you really pulled it out for the final season of 2020. And let's just hope that 2021 is gonna be better, a bit better, and maybe I don't know. Maybe put yourself out there so that you don't have to always be so bitter to everybody on the podcast. But I know you won't do that, so don't beat yourself up about not putting yourself out there either, because it's fine, you know? It's okay, don't worry. I still love you.
I still love you, Natalie.
Thank you, Ruth.
Also, even if you do put yourself out there, you make someone you're blissfully happy, let me tell you, you will still be bitter towards those people because fuck them.
You heard it here first. Ruth?
Hey bitch, it's me.
Get in the car, we're going shopping.
What would I want to say to my future self? Okay, my future self is always better than who I am today, which is one thing I'd never realised.
Oh my god, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're so right. Why the hell am I, me, this piece of shit, talking to my future self as if I have anything, any words of advice to give?
Bitch, you could never.
Wow. Yikes. Okay, I apologise to my future self for having the audacity to think that future Natalie wouldn't be more grown than present Natalie.
Okay.
Anyway, you're so insightful, Ruth.
Oh wow. Okay. Because I know there's nothing I can say to you that you'll probably need to hear, I will at least remind you that what can I tell you that you'd need to know? Listen, get some lube, get a cute outfit, and go and fuck that person. Because if there's one thing I know about you, you're hesitating, you're double guessing, and you don't know what to do. So go get it. Go after what you want. And I know you're probably slightly embarrassed of me. Or maybe it's because I live in a state of perpetual embarrassment as every passing moment goes by. But when I look at myself retrospectively, I'm usually fine, so you might just actually find me endearing and hilarious. In which case, write me a letter, because I don't know what to fucking do. That was a mess.
Oh, yes, but no.
Yeah, congratulations. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for getting through. Well done for all your achievements. Well done for being you. We never thought we'd see this day where we'd be so proud of ourselves, but here we are. So yeah, toast up, stop drinking. You probably already have. God, you probably don't even drink anymore. I'm really, look at how much I think I would have grown in a few weeks.
Yeah. On New Year's Eve, you probably are already down a bottle of wine.
No, it won't be wine.
Okay, a brown liquor.
Exactly. But yeah. But seriously, I don't even know what to tell you. I just want you to know that all you have is this present moment and you deserve the world. Will you get it? No. That was a joke again, I'm sorry.
Can get a good fuck.
Yeah, take the railing, you need it. Okay. You wound up so tight. You need it.
Okay, cool. I think I need to stop you because you're just going to keep going.
Wow. I was about two things, let me tell you. I am wound up so tight. And I am.
Oh my god, I'm a bit shell shocked. Okay, should we start with me?
Yeah.
Oh my god. 2020 really did a fucking number on me.
Yeah.
I didn't realize, I sound so tired, and I know I'm tired now, but I didn't realize, like, I think that was,
we were depressed.
In
a cute, sexy
obviously
way.
we were very much like, you know, we're all dealing with a collective trauma, but it's going to be, I think it will take years for us to actually look back on that these past years and realize, fuck, this is like a glimpse of, like, listening back on that is me actually now starting to realize what we have to process, because that bitch is like, shit, she was.
Your body language as well, you seem like so over it, like you've given up a little bit.
I think I had. Also, I think I'd, and what I'm saying, like, for context, in 2020, I I worked a little bit at the beginning of the year. No, actually, I worked from the beginning of the year up until about May, and then I took, like, I had quite a few months off because of COVID, and then from October I started working again. I had really ramping it up, and I think when I say there, like, you know, it was a bit rough, but you've sort of pulled it through at the end. That was also me feeling like listening back on that now, having been working what feels like a millennium since then, and not really having a proper break. It makes me feel a bit sad that when I was saying, like, you pulled it out towards the end, that's because of the self-worth that I attached to myself and to actually being in work and having work. That's what I'm referring to. And like kind of like hustling and pulling it together and like finally thinking, cool, you're doing something you actually. And at the time, like, it was a contract, and for the project I was on, I did really care about. But that does make me feel a bit of a way that I'm like, wow, that's when you were like, you're not a worthless piece of shit because you were working so fucking hard. That's crazy to me. And then also, I love that I knew that I wouldn't put myself out there, but that I would also be beating myself up about it, and that I just shouldn't, because also, granted, if we were not in a pandemic, I would still not be putting myself out there. However, we are, and it is obviously does change the landscape a bit. So I shouldn't, you know, and as we've talked about earlier in this episode, obviously I can pinpoint the things that I need to work on, but I'm not really maybe quite ready yet to do that. But at least it's like an area of growth in a way, or self-awareness. And now maybe the next year should be about me trying to, like, if in my 20s I was like this burning like ball of like barbed wire lashing out of everybody, my 30s, or like my late 20s, early 30s, has been about bringing all of those kind of sharp burning tendrils in, and it's really you know, myself. The next year or next few years should be about trying to like open up that fist and soften up and open out, and
I love that,
like bring people into the fold a bit more. And but wow, that was it was funny to listen to, a little bit hard, but also just kind of and I have to tell my my past self, I am in no way more enlightened. You were probably still just as enlightened then. No, maybe I am a bit more. Anyway, so how about you?
I like that. I was definitely right about like not that. Like, I feel like I do always feel like I've grown a lot every year. Like I feel so much wiser than I was last year, like infinitely wiser. So like I was definitely right that that little lady can tell me nothing. No shade to her. I feel like I've evolved this year. Like I just mean mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I really do. And I feel like I've grown up as well, like in a good way. Yeah. And do you know what, I am wound up tight and I do need it, but the thing is I've also like the only person I can get it from, like I can't. I did think about it, I thought about it, like of course I want to get back but I just can't.
That's one of those things then where you can't listen to your so that's gross.
I mean, am I going to do it? Maybe in a few months. I do. I've realized, I don't know. It's just like there are limited resources. It just makes me want to. Oh my God. I'm the devil on my shoulder. Have fun. But yeah. Yeah. And it's funny. She was like, oh, you're proud of all your achievements. I'm not proud of anything I've achieved. I'm like happier with the person that I am. Like I feel like I have a lot more like love, and I realize like oh my God, this is so crazy.
Unfurling has begun.
This is okay. So this is an example. I woke up on Christmas morning and I wrote myself like a passage, and I was going to share it, but then I was like, "See, cringe." So maybe I'll share it another time, but not on the podcast. Like I was going to share it on my Instagram stories. I just couldn't. But it was just basically about like, I really feel like I'm so motivated. So I didn't realize I'm very motivated by like love. I really am. And like, this is such a small thing, but I was with one of my little brothers yesterday, and he's 7. So I just thought he was teasing me because I couldn't get in my dad's house because I left my phone there, and I was like, Dad, can you open the door? And he was like, can't you open the door? Why do you need the key? And I was just like,
he thought you were magic.
He said, I thought you would open it with your love. I was like, that is so sweet. And he wasn't joking.
Oh my God, that is the purest thing I've ever heard.
I thought he was like being sarcastic. So I said to him, oh, okay then, genius. How should I open it? Like getting sassy with him. And he said that. And I was like, oh my.
He showed you your ass.
I was like, that's so cute. And then he said, I thought you just kissed the door and it would open.
Oh my God, that's either incredibly cute or he played you.
Yeah, he's like
fiddle.
You're a dumb bitch. But yeah, even if he did mean it as teasing me, it didn't work because I was like, oh my God,
it's a cute tease.
It's just so cute because it's just like this little boy, he has no idea what he's even saying.
When I think you were posting some things on your stories and you had like that cute little filter, like the Christmas bear filter, and he said, you look cute.
No, it was a different.
Died.
It was the so I have 2 baby brothers. One is 7 and one is 5, and the 5-year-old that was him. But he's so sweet. He is so sweet.
That is too cute that he was saying to you that you look cute.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, I love this boy because he's so innocent and sweet and kind. Yeah, but yeah, it was just
so
nice.
Wait, you're motivated by love?
Yeah, like massively. Like and it's just not something I really acknowledged. I thought I was more. I think I just thought I was more prickly than I am. And I am for sure. I'm a lady of rage, you know me. But yeah, but I'm also like, I don't know. I feel like a bit softer this year. Yeah. Yeah.
One of my favorite things is when you said to write yourself a letter as if you had some kind of fucking lake house style contraption of like the mailbox that goes back to the past. We have that technology in 2021.
Absolutely. I mean, things are just flying, but you wouldn't believe what we have now. Do you want to give yourself advice for the future? Or do you want to guess what's going to happen next year?
Oh my God, I can guess what. No, because I feel like that will manifest itself if I guessed what I would guess, and I shouldn't. We should feel more like
but we know what's
in
going to
our
happen.
intentions and our
COVID.
Oh, of course. Oh, right. Okay. Well, if you don't mean like in terms of ourselves, yeah, I think that we are heading for some kind of lockdown. Like, England is the only country in the United Kingdom that's lagging behind. Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland have already put in restrictions. And of course, we're on our merry way, despite the fact that I believe we have much higher rates of infection.
They'll wait till after New Year's though, because they'll want everyone to party.
Of course, but it's like, well, it's a joke that as the country in the United Kingdom that has the highest rate of infection, we're still the last ones to actually impose any kind of restrictions.
Listen, Boris said, honey, my core base do not want a lockdown. We are not having one.
Rishi Sunak doesn't want to like fucking bail out anybody.
He's like, this money is not the year.
You had in a furlough what plan? No. You know what? Don't go out to pubs and restaurants, but I am not giving you any relief.
I think the plan is adequate. I love it when they say stuff like that. I'm like, adequate.
You'll find that it's sufficient.
It's like when your dad doesn't want to give you any money. He's like,
how much have I given you?
How much is, like, say if you're like, I remember when it's like stuff like you're going stationery shopping. Stop? Yeah, I want to go stationery shopping. And your dad's like, you just went uniform shopping with your mum. You're like, I want new stationery. He's like, how much is this stationery? Stationery used to be so expensive. It's not like that anymore. You can get it so much cheaper.
Do you?
We used to have to go to Smith's.
Oh God.
I won't give myself any advice. I'll just say, I know I have a plan for what I do next year. I think next year I'm releasing my first full body of work. And I think, yeah, which will be fun. And I think next year I am going back to work full time because I'm only part-time now. I think. So I'm just interested to see what actually happens. I'm really much more flexible this year.
Yeah. My goal for next year is to, like, I know this sounds really privileged, but it's to work less because this year has just been
you've had two jobs, if not three jobs during this year. So like
I can't, yeah.
And listeners, I mean at the same time, not in a row.
Like,
yeah.
Simultaneously, not concurrently. Yeah. I need a bit of a break.
And you're also going into two jobs. So when we have our 6-week break, Natalie will be working two jobs, 80 hours a week. And I will be finishing my first project, like actually finishing. So by the time we speak again, in theory, we're going to be knackered. But we're going to feel like
riding a high of no, we won't. I will be run ragged.
That's why I wanted Bridgerton. Like, fucking hell, can I get anything? But by the way, listeners, when I say by the time we speak again, I mean all of us together. I'm obviously going to skip to notes
every day.
I don't care how busy I am.
Oh my God, imagine if we just like weren't friends outside of the podcast.
Oh my God, that is such a good idea for a show.
Yes.
Hang up and
produce.
Never.
And then that's it.
Maybe one day. I'm starting to feel like
the thing is, Ruth,
this
podcast is not big enough for that to be a reality. It's so small, got such few listeners. We obviously have to be best friends who talk all the time and make this only for ourselves. You know what I mean?
I did read a tweet that said sometimes you've got to just make the music you want to listen to. And, you know, I think I apply that to every area of my creative life.
And you know what? The music sounds better with you.
Ooh, baby. Oh my God, is that our New Year's song? Yeah.
Oh my God, sorry. I know we're digressing a lot, but there was an amazing radio show on the other day that was, for once, not about Christmas fucking music, and it was just hits from 2000, and Karma Hotel came on.
What's that
song? Welcome to the Karma Hotel. Looks like heaven, but could be hell. Oh my God.
Have you ever heard it?
You must listen to it. You must remember it. I'm sure you'll remember it. And then there was another song that had like, it was like a remix of Casualty.
Oh yeah, obviously that was a banger. Oxide and
I didn't know.
Do 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 do.
The one, and then it's like
that song is a banger. Would everybody please stop getting shot? Oh. Honestly, in our house, that was the only song being played. Okay.
Oh my God, I had no idea that existed. I just heard the beat. Jenny was like, I didn't even know. And she was sorry, I said that again.
That song went to number one, I thought.
I was not a cool kid in 2000. I didn't know the songs. My parents didn't listen to music. It just wasn't a thing. And so when I was in the car bopping along to that, she's like, well, how do you know this song? Well, you weren't at the clubs at that age. And I'm like, Jenny, it's the Casualty. It's the Casualty remix. The first time I'd have heard it. She'd forgot. She didn't even... It had been so long since Casualty's even been in our heart mind.
I'm sorry, but how could you? I remember the Casualty theme more than I remember EastEnders. That
Casualty
theme,
was
that show
and a half. Talking about shows that had us in a chokehold.
That show was brilliant. And to anybody who doesn't know, we're talking about. No, we're talking about Oxide and Neutrino, Bound for the Reload. Bound for the reload. No, that was a huge song. But also, I feel like this is also just the difference between being black and not being black. That song was huge. They were part of So Solid, but they weren't both black, if that is of any interest. Everyone's like, no, actually, we don't care to know the races of the individual members.
All I can say, what a banger. Oh, you're playing it. I can hear it. Stop.
I'm so sorry, guys. I thought I was playing it. No. I was trying to play Karma Hotel because I recognise.
I can still hear the feedback.
I've stopped. That's just me. That's just me.
I don't want to say that there's a ghost on your end.
You think I don't know there's a ghost? You think I don't know this? Honestly, knowing this area, the ghost that lives outside this door is actually a cat. It's one of the cats.
We had a ghost cat. We at my mum's house. We all.
Oh no, that's actually not funny because that's actually a thing. Oh, not with it. That's scary. Because I thought you were joking. Then I remembered you actually have a ghost cat. Yeah. You've seen it.
Oh, it's more like we felt it, and we all know what the cat is, but it's kind of like we've not actually physically seen it. You see something and you feel it bouncing on the bed.
I do remember Karma Hotel.
We've all thank you.
Because the Spooks, weren't they the same people who had that song where they were walking down a road? It was like a really serious song.
Sorry, I'll need more information.
Oh my God, sorry, I don't know. Spooks. Oh, what was that song? I think I'm confusing it. Ignore me.
Ruth, what are you doing for New Year's Eve? All that
honestly, don't wanna be. I have nothing to do.
Should we have a 2000s party?
God. Only if we can invite Omnicron.
Omnicron. That's Omicron's cool.
Oh my God, that's why Natalie sent a meme to our Instagram page where we share our memes, and I thought, oh my God, it's me, because it's like the funniest part about, or the hardest part about Omicron is not knowing how my mom's going to pronounce it. And I was like, I'm now the mom. That's
you are
me.
The mom, yeah.
Like,
100%.
Omicron?
Omicron.
Omicron. Oh yes, got it. It's Omicron. Coming to cinemas near you soon. Woo! Bump for the reload. Sorry, guys. I apologize.
Everybody, please stop getting shot. That is not the tape glitching. That is us.
Oh, what a time to be alive. Oh my God, a 2000s party. I'm thinking about what I would wear.
Right, yeah.
I can no longer just rely on like, I'm just gonna wear shorts and a crop. Like, no, now you actually have to dress yourself.
Yeah,
You have to think about
shorts
clothes.
and a sheer crop top.
Yeah. Oh my god, this is my outfit. Okay. Sure. I'll let you have it. Oh my god. How can I work nudity into this look? Is what I ask myself every time I leave the house. Oh my god. But I wish you hadn't said that song.
Sorry.
That.
Absolute banger. Love it. Anyway, I think on that note, we should probably wrap things up. We've really been on a fucking roller coaster this episode.
Yeah.
We went way deeper than I thought we were going to go.
So we always.
No. This was different. Like we haven't had. I feel like it's been a while since we've had an episode where we go hard in on our feelings and expose ourselves. Not expose our asses, just expose our souls.
Oh my god, yeah. And I'm trying to figure out how long this episode is, and it is
already too long. At least 1.5 hours.
Yeah, it's almost 2.
Anyway.
Who is listening to this? Guys, you might want to save this episode for New Year. This is not New Year's Eve. This is not New Year's Eve. Listen.
You're listening to it on New Year's Eve, and we've given you some great tips for your COVID safe New Year's Eve party, which will probably be on Zoom, unless you're doing a COVID party. You know, like those chicken pox parties where you're like, let's all just get together and get chicken pox.
Did people actually, because I heard about it, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's how I really got chicken pox. I feel I got it from school.
That was basically a chicken pox party.
Oh my god, now it's a corona party.
Oh yeah. On that note.
Good luck to all the parents out there.
And good luck to anybody who is trying to be, I was going to say trying to be a better person. No, good luck to anybody, better person or not, just hang in there.
Whether you're a piece of shit or a lovely delight, hang in there.
Sometimes you're a piece of shit right before you want to not be a piece of shit, and that's valid too. We've all been there.
Sometimes even like when you're a fucking saint, you're a piece of shit.
Look, yeah, like I said, it's been a tough couple of years. 2022 shaping up to be another year of poo. So
just do what you can.
Yeah. And we'll see you in February.
See you in February.
Love you.
Sorry.
Bye.
Wait there just a minute, buddy. Rewind the